Okay, so we come back in about sunset in Iredale. After transporting here, your people from the Drunken Toad just across the road are getting more and more used to you arriving this way, and are no longer quite so impressed.
Did we send a hat round?
I believe you did, and I believe I sorted that one last session.
Yep. Well, gentle giants and mental gen. I believe we have a quest to turn in.
Do we?
We have completed yet another tower.
Yeah, you mentioned that before, that there was more than one of these damn things.
Yes, we have done. One
That's
second.
a point, dearie. How many
Three.
towers have you
Sorry.
guys done?
We have done one tower.
You've done 3 towers.
I have said we have done one tower.
Yeah, you showed me those shardy things.
Yeah, I've currently got them in my. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my voice isn't coming. I've currently got them in my hand as I'm trying to explain how many towers we've done to Minstrel. Minstrel, we've done 3 towers.
Are you sure?
One, two, 3.
Trying to work. I'm gonna say in Elfish. Is there a reason you want to lie to this man?
Lie? I respond in Elvish. I'm not lying. I simply have completely forgotten how many towers we've done.
Oh right.
I'm
Yes,
not
it's 3.
lying, I'm
as
just
you-
stupid.
As can be shown by these here.
I
shards.
will just for amusement go, which chap are you talking about in Elvish?
Oh, excuse me. I was just testing to see if you could speak Elvish. Very handy. Yes, very good. Now, I do believe we have some money to collect.
Oh,
We do. We should probably let Derek know of our change in circumstance. Obviously, we do have a new fellow with us, and obviously, I can't remember whether we reintroduced Merrick.
Not entirely sure if I remember.
I don't
Shut
think
up,
you've
Merrick,
been
I'm
back
talking.
Not entirely sure if I remember. I don't know.
Member of what now? I've been up in the Order stronghold for a while.
This gentleman Merrick, he was one of the original 4 in the party. But unfortunately, he had a nasty incident, genocide, if you will, and he had to take some time out to reflect on his behaviour.
It wasn't genocide, it was homicide.
So more than just pats a hand on your back. It's like, I can fully relate.
Thank you. I'm all better now.
I am going to head into the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, I'm going to start walking towards the Adventurers Guild,
Okay. As you
whistling a
enter-
jaunty tune
Fair enough.
loudly.
Done?
More than just puts his hood up a little bit higher and is like, people get itchy when you're a werewolf in town.
They do, you can say it. Okay.
He says it quietly.
Do you frequently have problems getting itchy yourself? Maybe, I used to have a cat once when I was younger and had terrible cases of the fleas every now and again. I don't know whose voice I'm intimidating right now.
It's like Morlon would just reply with, "Look, it happens from time to time. You have the bath and you're fine. It's not fun."
Okay. As you progress into
I ever
the
tell you, gentlemen, about the time I had fleas?
Probably.
I can honestly say no.
Okay.
good is the answer. As you progress into the Adventurers Guild, you are going to see the usual day clerk, Stephanie, currently trading off with her brother Thomas.
Stephanie, Thomas, my loves, it's been many years.
It's been like 2 weeks. Thomas
Hello.
is going to reply. And
Do you
why
like my
do you
new
have
look?
to still be alive?
Oh, I'm not. I'm more than alive. Look at me. I'm in the prime of my youth. I'm 16 again.
I was like, considering the lifespan of half elves, You don't appear to have changed all that much, to be honest.
Sure. Just leave that. What's the drinking age in this town?
Variable. Variable because I can't think of a way to do that otherwise.
Here to see good old who's that depressed fellow? Always upset about Dwarf Home. His family dying.
Is this out loud,
Darren?
by the way?
Yeah, it's out loud.
Fair enough.
Here to see Derek,
You
the
mean
boss.
you mean Derek?
Yes,
Mr.
Derek,
Ironback will
that's what I
be in his
said.
office. You've been there before.
Yes, well, I was very rude to just walk in. You know me, I'm nothing but polite. You know, I'm not gonna go make a tit of myself or anything like that. Should I just go knock?
Go knock as usual.
I walk up to a door and I play my ocarina through the keyhole.
Oh,
Have you found the ocarina, and do we need to cover our ears?
I'm going to knock on the door.
Okay.
Yay.
Knocking on the
Well-
door while Minstrel's making this horrendous sound.
I'm going to do a little jig as the door opens, presumably. If it
Oh,
opens.
he was just going to shout, "Come in and stop with the flute."
I'm going to
As
push the door open and jig as it swings open.
as the door opens, I'm still like crouched down by the keyhole, and I see the doors open in front of me, and I slowly stand back up and pocket the ocarina.
Hello, Minstrel. How are you doing? Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Hello, Minstrel. How are you doing? I see you picked up some new and old friends this time.
Morlun
Yes.
just waves a little.
Yes, well, it's a smaller fellow. We picked him up on the way to the tower. We think he might want to stick around for a bit. And of course, you know Merrick. I believe the High Priest mandated that he accompanies me, as I am now a minor. He may not have noticed. But yes, Merrick is back also. He has rejoined the party.
I see.
How big is this room out of interest? Because like Merrick and Morlun are both pretty big.
The room comes to about 8 foot total ceiling height.
Yeah, so Morlun and Merrick are both like up there.
Yeah, you're both pretty high. This was a room. I should probably just thinking about you haven't been here before.
I get the gist. It's an office for a dwarf.
It's the dwarf's office, so it's twice his height, really.
Fair.
He's got two well-appointed sofas with a long table in between them, his desk behind it, and his desk at the far end of the room looking at one end of the table.
I'm going to
With some
sit on the
bookshelves.
sofa.
Is there a bowl of candy?
There is a bowl of fruit.
Morlun, like while someone else is talking, like mid-conversation, Morlun will just be carefully trying to like grab a piece of fruit on the end of his glaive to like munch,
Fair enough.
just without trying to do it without disturbing anybody.
Fair enough.
Now, Jarek, we have since completed yet another tower. But before we get to that, I do have an order of business I'd like to discuss with you very quickly.
And what?
Well, I've since come into a rather substantial windfall, you see. Obviously, being a renowned adventurer and master blacksmith and great author, poet, visionary, inventor, slash miner. I have a gift to pass on to you.
Oh.
Now it's truly awful that you lost your family up in Dwarf Home when the city fell. But I do believe
To be looking down and somewhat sad again.
I do believe I have potentially something that may assist, may lessen the impact, or who knows? It might come in handy. I have, and I take the wish stone out of my backpack.
Oh,
You're going to pass that off?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am going to say this stone will grant a wish, but it might also fuck you over. But I'll just leave this in your capable hands. Merrick, I don't think Merrick would be happy if he knew I was carrying this around. You see, I'm quite whimsical. I'm only 16. Get a few beers in me, I'll be wishing for a bed made out of women, and that's not allowed to happen again.
Again,
Sorry,
He's
that's
gonna
not
look
allowed to happen.
Well, once you've done it once, you've really.
Yeah, see, it was just screaming when they were all stitched together. I couldn't get a wink of sleep. Only joking.
I'll say, as you mentioned this, Doris and I do believe Merrick wasn't there for this, so Pyre,
Yes.
you are going to have flashback visions to the flesh room in the Golem house.
Oh.
Not that Minstrel used it as a bed, just the disturbing thought of people stitched together.
Mm.
Oh, did someone try and detect thoughts it?
Yeah, it was screaming.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
And then we killed it.
I think that seems reasonable.
Now, I must reiterate, Derek. Whoever uses this stone is very likely to perish as a result. But if there's a net positive, then what am I? A clearly lawful good bard to say otherwise.
I see. He's going to look the stone over, as it kind of looks like a chunk of moon rock, is how I designed it. Sitting on his desk, he's going to be saying, I see, so something to consider. Perhaps if I can find someone who wants to die or who is about to die.
Yes, I mean, they would have to be willing to use it, of course. It is worth noting, once again, I must stress, utmost caution. We actually obtained this stone off killing a devil. We might have killed a devil.
Okay, make a deception check.
Wait, deception?
That's not true.
He can roll 18.
Oh shit! It's not, is it? It was a resurrection of the devil.
It doesn't matter. You rolled an 18 anyway.
Watch your
Okay.
plus.
18 plus 8, 9,
I don't think he's going to
plus
meet this.
13.
Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ.
31. 31. Yes, I see. So are you sure it's not cursed?
Oh, no one so far has noticed a curse. And
I can
would
probably
like to
tell you.
Yes, please
Morland,
give it a poke.
Morland will use grim psychometry on the object to learn the truth of its dark past.
Okay. There is a small one with the wish stones in general.
Basically, I get advantage on a history check to figure out what's going on with it when I roll with it.
Okay. So roll a history check.
Oh.
I'm going to set an arbitrary number on this of 15.
Oh, you want a 15 for that?
Sure, why not?
Let's
You're about
see
to go to
how I
bed.
get on.
That
To
will
be
have
fair, yeah.
say before you roll.
Ah, fair. What's history roll off? What's my history?
Int.
I'm at a +3, but yeah, sure. Let's take a 15 and make it an 18 total.
Okay. So with an 18, choose your grim psychometry.
What would I have rolled out of interest?
Yeah, go on.
Well, I have advantage, so let's just see. No,
Two
good
seconds.
job we took that 15.
Oh dear. Okay, so with that, you are going to catch a few small glimpsed images. One of the entire stone, which appears to be some form of replica of the moon. One of the two. You're not sure which.
Mhm. As a werewolf, I feel I would be intimately familiar with the moons.
Yes, I was going to say, the fact there are two of them, and there's always one inside.
Being a werewolf is hard.
It makes it very difficult. You get 2 times of the month. Okay, so you're going to see the replica of the moon. You're going to see people being sacrificed on top of it. And you are going to see it eventually being split into multiple pieces.
Morla just looks down at the thing, having sort of concentrated on it for a moment. It's like, well, I can't say it's dewdrops and sunshine, but it's not cursed as far as I can tell.
Good. Jarek is going to place the object into a small box on his desk for the moment. And you mentioned
Maybe lock that.
he then puts it in a drawer and locks the drawer.
It's a good idea.
Morland nods.
Hit again.
It's again.
Turn the key again. You need to double lock it.
It's not how medieval locks work. He's lucky he has locks on his desk, to be honest. Okay. He's then going to say, and you said you'd completed another tower. Do you once again have one of these shards?
No, I do not. I don't know why you're asking me. I believe Pyre may have the shard.
He was asking the group.
Yes, I have the shard here, and I'll open up my pack. And have I got Mary Bannerlow?
Yeah, I think you summoned him before, but actually, no. Does he have a separate thing? Does he get left behind if you teleport?
Oh,
Yeah, he's been left behind.
that's up to you. All right,
Yeah.
and I'm going to gesture for Mary Bannerlow to take it out, and then just sit there for a little bit too long as I wait for Mary Bannerlow to turn up. He never does, and then I just take it out with my hand and show it.
Ah, I see. Green this time. Interesting.
Fuck
Oh,
off, great rock monsters.
Well, from what I've been told at the others, that sounds about right.
Yes,
That's
elementals.
If we had the old croc monsters, my dear, what were the other two colour shards?
They were, as I rummaged through my backpack, blue and red, and this one is the green one. Yes.
Which was fire, and I don't believe I was there for the blue one. Was it, perchance, water?
Yes.
No, it was love.
Oh, those damn filthy love elementals.
No, that's the fifth tower you have to do to bring them all together.
Ironically, there is a fifth tower, so
Oh yeah, you got to have a fifth tower, but like, so presumably the next one is going to be air.
I guess we
Just
can
going.
assume so.
So which tower location was this out of interest so I can mark it off on the jobs board?
Top of the mountain.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if my players are paying
Top
any
of the
attention.
morning to you as well, Morden.
It was over Mount Udu.
That's the one. I see. As he marks it off and takes out a
yes.
small box. And will you be splitting the reward between all of you?
I don't see any reason not to.
No, you guys paid me for the job of escorting Doris to the top. You guys take it. What do I need the money for? You paid me well.
Well, that's very kind of you. I'm sure you'll be paid plenty more in the future as well, but I will not deny your generosity.
Okay, he's going to take out a small red and gold lined box. Inside it will be... There were 5. He's going to tap the top twice and say 4.
Ooh.
And as he opens it, there will now be 4 bags, equally divided into 1,250 gold pieces.
This is a most interesting device, Jarek.
How much, sorry?
1,250 each.
Ooh, you doubled my money.
As I say, yes, as I say, it was a small purchase I decided to pick up. It makes me counting it out much easier.
Yeah, it's
It
very
simply
interesting.
divides any coins placed inside it into equal portions based on the number you say after tapping it.
I take 1 copper piece out and I put it in the contraption and say 0.333333.
What are you trying to make more?
And to explode.
I was going to say, 0.3 going. Guess what? It cuts your coin into 3 pieces and spits it out at you.
Is there a bag for each one?
There is a bag for each one.
No, if we sell these bags
Infinite.
for 1
bag.
copper piece.
Oh no, wait, did you put a bag in with it, Minstrel? Was the copper piece in a bag or was it just the copper piece?
Oh,
It was just a copper piece.
Oh, then it's in 3 pieces.
Oh.
Just no bags. You only get a bag when you put a bag in there. And it divides it to equal smaller bags.
So,
Well, it's worth a shot.
what time of day is it?
It's
Okay.
currently evening, and before we go further this, he's going to turn to Morlan and say, and will you be joining Minstrel's merry band of surprisingly short-lived allies.
He sort of opens the coat and shows the badge. He's like, "Yeah, I think the Order are going to be a little interested in this one."
Very good. As he hands you I want to copy the image. As he hands you a badge to pin onto your clothes, and says, "And I'll just need to take your name for our records."
Morlan Hunter.
Morlan Hunt. Very good. You can clip the small badge on if you like, although some of our members do prefer not to.
What am I a member of now?
Oh, this is the Adventurers Guild.
Blacksmithing
Ah.
Guild.
That makes sense.
Pyre,
Yes, minstrel.
while we're here, would you like to take your lovely decorative stone chainmail shirt to your chest?
Yes, that would be very kind if you would just put it directly in the chest for me. That would be most helpful.
I look at Derek, looking a bit feeble and weak, with puppy dog eyes.
Make a persuasion roll.
Perhaps
Okay.
Morgan might be able to carry that for you.
I'm going to let him roll for it. Don't forget you have advantage because it's persuasion.
Oh,
Oh no, it's expertise. Sorry, not thing because of your.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got a nat 1.
Why is everyone rolling in others? It's really.
Oh, for
throwing
fuck's
me off.
sake!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was in other things.
Arthur did. Oh, there's the Adventurers Guild badge and a red
Yeah.
man.
I was going to say it's all in rolls because that's where we normally do everything.
Simon
So in that
Cowell,
one,
I love it.
he's going to sigh and say, "I'm sure you can manage. It's only up the stairs."
It's heavy.
I'm gonna useless unseen servant. Probably wouldn't even be able to carry it actually.
It is
I'm
I'm gonna.
Oh,
Carry it in my hands.
What do you want carried? I can carry just about whatever.
Oh well, as I sort of half drag this stone armor across the floor, this.
Sure, Morlan just picks it up with one hand. Like,
fair enough.
And so take this up with it, and I hand Morlan Pyre's
Minstrel,
called
Minstrel,
Idiot
Minstrel, what's
Stone.
happened to
Word
you?
it.
Minstrel,
Oh,
take
bloody.
your hand away from your face when you speak.
Or don't touch
Sorry,
your
I
phone
had a
with your
mouthful of
sword.
smoke. And I also balance on top of Morlan's, like the armor he's carrying. I put the Idiot's Guide to Immortality.
Fair enough.
by the
interesting.
way, Derek, would your adventurers leagues be able to? Would you be able to offer finding some magic items for us if we paid for you?
I mean, certainly, but I'm sure there's nothing you can't find in the markets yourself. What exactly would you be after?
Funny story about that.
I'm looking for something. I've heard of a cauldron of rebirth, and I would like to attain one at some point in the future, so we don't have to do it right now.
Okay, I shall look into that for you.
I'll chuck him 50 gold.
Fair enough.
51, sorry, so it squares it off.
The way you guys throw around money to just make it round numbers.
I have one last request, Derek. Obviously, you adventurers. I mean, judging by my experiences, you save the world all the time. So you must also assist in, say, clean up and recovery when things don't exactly go to plan. Would that be accurate?
We do occasionally fetch certain people's remains back, should their families wish it.
Well, it's not so much remains. You may have heard recently. There was a horrible incident in the magic blacksmiths here. My business, you see. This devil. For some reason, I mean, Pyre's convinced it was insurance fraud, but I'm willing to bet this devil just wanted to hurt me. He destroyed the blacksmith. Poor old Cyrus Hargreaves been slaving away trying to rebuild. Just wondering, perhaps if I put down a payment of about 150 gold, you could perhaps send a person or two to go give him a hand.
Well, I was going to say, a skilled mason to set a foundation back out won't be needed, because it should be there from the original building. However, you're looking for carpenters and builders, people to set out a reasonable thing. It'd probably be best to loan
I
the gentleman
assure
the
you,
yourself.
they must be adventurers.
Okay. I'm wondering what you're planning to do now.
What he hasn't
mean-
told him is the place is infested with imps.
Yes, I mean, I myself, I'm an adventurer, but I'm also the world's best blacksmith. So there must be people who with multifaceted skills in the Adventurers Guild. There must be someone who knows how to lay a brick, and another man who knows how to.
So about to say, Morland put the hand up to say something and just goes, "No, too easy." Like,
Oh, no.
it's what a protein diet will do to you.
Oh,
So I'm going to drop a coin purse of 150 gold on his
Well,
desk.
You'd
I
like to
shall
drop
see
your
what-
coin purse on his desk.
well, if you would like, I shall post it as a job on the board.
Yes, thank you. That would be much appreciated,
Is
boys.
it liable to be dangerous? Just so I know where to grade it.
No, it's not dangerous at all. It's the demon, the devil's long since been vanquished. I think it was about a week ago, to be fair. So it should be fine.
Very well.
Boys, if we pick up any jobs, make sure we do not pick up this job.
I don't think it'll be as high as the job we would want to pick up.
Say no offense, but like that seems like rookie stuff to get them going. I used to have to do chores.
Okay. Jarek is now going to gesture for you to leave the office, as you've now just started having a conversation in front of him.
Enjoy
get back
a
to his
powerful
paperwork.
artifact in your possession and keep it safe, I say, touching my nose.
Yes, he taps the drawer it's being hidden in.
On the third tap of the nose, I kind of put my finger up there and pick a bogey out.
Oh, what? Well, you're a teenager. I'll let it go. Okay. So,
Hello, gentlemen.
coming back out of the office, you come into the main hall once again. You've got the job board on the right-hand side and the large blue dragon head currently on the other wall.
Large blue dragon head.
Oh,
If you guys remember the people who slayed one, they hung out in the
Oh.
Adventurers Guild as the trophy.
Oh, yes.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
A very poor taste, I think.
is
Yes, I believe they must have tricked that dragon.
How
You know,
many-
the dragons are friendly, like my good son.
I mean, no
Um,
offense, but the chromatics tend to be a little bit wonky.
What
No,
does
it's-
chromatic mean?
The multicolour ones, not the shiny metal ones.
Oh.
Multicolour, you
Oh,
mean like, red and black.
Yeah, not all of them, but a lot of them tend to be a little, you know.
Ah, well, I can assure you that my son Wilhelm is quite honourable and good. I mean, obviously he has to eat people, but apart from that, he's a
Well, he could eat like cows.
yeah.
No, they're too gamey.
Yes.
Cows, that notoriously gamey meat.
Craig,
Oh, Minsel.
Yes.
can I cast Find Familiar tonight?
Yes, you can.
oh.
Okay, do we want to look at the job board before morning, or do you want to do it tomorrow?
How many people are around?
It's just sunsetting into evening, so you've got people heading into either the shared dorms or the individual rooms.
But there's like enough people that it would probably be stupid to try and cast a spell without being noticed.
It'd be tricky, but I wouldn't say you couldn't do it.
I mean, I'm going to be casting Find Familiar, so
You can do that in your room later, can't you?
oh,
It's a 10-minute ritual. It's not that hard.
10 minutes. No, it's 1 hour. 1 hour and then
An hour ritual.
It
Find
says
Familiar.
casting time 1 hour, so I don't know. That means
I
it's
apologise. An hour casting time, so an hour and 10 to ritual it.
But I want to change Puck. I'll have Puck back one day.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, what are we doing before bedtime? Also,
Dinner.
dinner. Fair enough. Also, Morlin, you will have been told you can use the dorms. as you are.
Well, he starts like putting the bedroll back in the bag, and it's like, that'll do nicely. Now, what's roasting? I can smell something. And just goes and search for dinner.
Fair enough.
Going to accompany the wolf man.
As you
I mean,
wander around the lower floors, something you've never actually done much in the Adventurers Guild. You've always kind of come in, gone to the job board, or gone to bed.
Oh yeah, don't we all have rooms here?
I'll say 4 of you have rooms upstairs, yeah.
I think Doris has been here once before, and then she was just told that she's got a room here.
You came back
That
after the
happens to
first.
Doris everywhere.
Yeah.
She's
You-
just
who
like
wouldn't
one of
love
those
Doris?
eccentric, wealthy ladies who travels around Europe. Just
To
has
be
rooms
fair, I think it was when you picked up after you finished off the. Oh no, Merrick doesn't have a room
No, I
either.
don't
You're in
think
the
so. It's
you're in the
Khan
dorms
had
as
the
well.
room.
Khan had the room.
Hmm.
Also, no one told anyone. No one told Jarek Khan was dead, so he doesn't know
He's
that.
not dead. He's not dead.
Well, Fungus has gone AWOL as well.
Yet. Yeah, Fungus has managed.
Fungus who... Oh, I
Fungus
think we
never
did
signed up.
introduce Fungus, I think.
Yeah, he
Did
was there. I'm
No,
sure.
he was there. Fair enough.
I think
Anyway,
Derek just
let's,
assumes at this point that anyone that's not in the party when they turn up is dead.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the mess hall and
Fair enough. You find your way to a large kitchen at the back of the place. There isn't a formal mess hall as such. More one long table with 3 cooking fires next to it.
I would like to eat one of the cooking fires, please.
Eat the fire.
I hand him my fork.
It's a fire swallower as well as a poet and everything else.
make a performance check.
Wait. Performance.
That should be a higher roll for you, shouldn't it?
I don't have expert.
Oh, do you not?
Is someone's phone ringing?
No.
No,
Nope.
it's me. 1 sec.
Okay. we'll come back to him in a second.
Right, see you, Chris Bigham.
Okay.
Can
So
you turn it on again?
while he's taking a
IT crowd.
call, yeah, I was gonna say, while he's taking a call, what does everyone else want to do? You've got 3 fires currently burning. One is roasting half a pig. The other one middle one has a goose, and the one at the far end of the hall appears to have a number of small ducks.
I want to sniff out the most succulent meats.
I mean, the half pig's probably the most succulent, just because of all the natural body fat in the pig.
So Morland is definitely like, I've not had pork in a while. Like there's definitely like a little bit more fang showing than he would probably normally like.
Fair enough. The person currently cooking the pig is going to say, "Take a seat, just anywhere
How
in
did my
the
performance go?
26." Oh, fair enough. I didn't know she'd rolled it. So you're going to pick up a single coal, put it in your mouth, and swallow it without burning yourself rather impressively. Or possibly because of the magic fork.
No one will ever know.
He's going to point to the section. He says, "Take a seat there. I'll bring you a plate once it's finished." Do you prefer?
Oh, you mean it's
crackling
not
or
one
do you
each?
like a half pig each?
I could take a
Well, you are
I
a
mean-
large fellow. I can bring you a good haunch, should you care?
Now we're talking. I like you.
How about you stick a whole pig on to roast, and Maul and I will have half each.
I'll say, that'll be about another 3 hours.
Well, I
Okay.
could speed
Just
it up
look to
for
the
you, if you like.
sorceress. I'm about to say, like, what do we got? Like,
I mean, it'll burn if you do it too quickly. I'll say, whole roast pig is an art form, my boys. You
True,
notice
true.
now as he steps back from the fire, the gentleman is also fairly tall, and not quite as tall as you guys, but still up there at about 7 foot, with several large tattoos imitating flame over his bald head.
I'm rather famished.
well, we can start with this one and see how we get on, I suppose.
I'll have a couple of plates of the pig, and then maybe
Okay,
the others.
so it's a haunch for the hairy gentleman, and the elephant. Would you prefer ribs?
Whatever's your biggest piece.
He cut you off the other haunch from the front instead.
Do just nice.
Brings over the plate with some potatoes, which have been roasting underneath, inside the pig fat dripping off.
Mm.
So,
Nice, healthy food.
This is food for people who do actual work.
I've got a lot of bulk to carry around. So.
Fair enough.
I would like to order a small plate of meat. Are there any vegetables around?
The duck is roasting.
Potatoes.
The duck is roasting with more vegetables at the far end.
Okay.
So as you head down to the duck section, a dwarven woman who's lifting series of ducks up and onto the racks is going to say, "Oh, do sit down, dearie. Sit down, sit down."
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I'll have some of that duck and some of those vegetables, please.
You get brought out a nice combination of carrots, leek, and what was the other one I had on the ridiculous thing for the duck?
Asparagus.
More potatoes.
And
I mean, everything comes with potatoes. Like, you've got to have a starch.
Yeah,
while
it's
I'm
one of the-
eating, I would like to have a look at the only because me as a player's forgotten what it does. Have a look
Okay.
at the ruins, the diary from the ruins.
Diary from the Ruins. This is the. Hang on, you've got so many books you've picked up now. Hang on.
Yeah.
So, which one were you? I'm trying to think which. This would be the ruins with the gnomes in.
I believe it's the ruins.
With the giant mechanical thing, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
As I say, Mullen's journal. Yes, I have that one. Hang on. As you begin looking it over, it details the excavation of the area because it was originally sealed up. His activating of the mechanical dragon. And as you continue reading further on, you see a small diagram showing. Hang on. I have a picture for the diagram. Once the internet loads, so I know what I want to look like. Let's see. Somewhat crudely drawn, but it does appear to be these creatures.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, I love. Oh, out of character, I love these things.
is
I'm
there
not
any
surprised.
information in the book on how to create them?
The information in the book seems to imply that they probably constructed the ruins he was in.
So they're sentient.
They are in fact sentient.
Oh, so this is. Oh, okay. I have a knowing look as I tuck into my duck and vegetables and starch and read a very interesting book.
Fair enough. Yes, as I say, it also determines his descent into madness as he was unable to, unfortunately, reach the conclusion of how to activate the final room. His body, you would guess, is probably somewhere.
Oh,
Okay,
oh.
so we've got Morlan and Merrick eating pig. Pyre's got duck. Minsland, Doris, duck, pig, or goose?
Duck, goose, please.
Okay.
Is anyone else concerned how much he's making out of us picking which meats?
I would like
Oh,
one plate of duck, one plate of goose, and one plate of the other one.
Pig.
On the basis that one contains the poison, the others contain the antidote.
Shit!
Yes.
I should have eaten the fucking food with my fork of edibility.
Yeah, that would have removed the poison.
I was too busy reading the book. Though. Too interesting.
Oh dear. Okay. So Doris went with the goose. Minstrel went with one of everything. That's fine.
I want it noted. I literally just have enough from each plate to satiate myself, and leave the rest to go to waste.
That's
Morlan will come over if you stop eating and go, are you going to finish that?
okay. So since you only had like a morsel from each one, I'll leave you out of this. Who ate the goose? Doris,
that'd be me.
Okay, I need a con saving throw.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
One person
Oh,
who can't
God.
do con.
I wish
1
I'd done- I wish I'd
20
done
minus
that
2.
18.
Hey, natural 20! You have a feeling the goose may have been a little undercooked. However, you got relatively lucky and get away with not having food poisoning.
Okay.
It wasn't a major thing. It was just I was going to give them all cooking rolls to see how well they made the meals.
Nice.
It's not always me trying to kill you. It would have been -1
Tried
strength
to
for
kill
a day.
Doris.
Yeah, I've sampled many delicacies over my years. I can stomach a bit of undercooked goose.
Your iron stomach calcified due to extreme age.
Would
Oh,
that be count as Morlan and Merrick being more beast-like?
It's all the prune juice I drink.
Right,
Cod
I'm
liver
going
oil.
to use the postprandial somnolence of the starch in my meal to help me drift off to sleep.
Very good.
As I
You head up
retire.
to your
I am
room
also
next
going to
door.
retire.
Minstrel, you go to the room next door
And I guess Merrick will show Morlan where the
when the dawn's
Yeah.
up.
We both find beds that are definitely not tall enough for us.
Actually,
I guess
you managed to
Morlan's
find.
still carrying the stone armor then.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like slung it over one shoulder with a book about immortality.
So, oh dear. Okay, Beric, you're going to manage to find the room you were using previously. It still has the bed, which was the correct size for Balador. So the bed itself is about 7.5 foot tall. However, your bed, on the other hand, does appear to have disappeared. The double wide one.
Oh no!
Oh, do I know this? Have I ever seen this bed before that Morlan's going to sleep in?
You have not, and you aren't in the room unless you were following him to the dorms before.
No, I was thinking if I'd seen it before, I could quickly. I've still got level 4 spell slots. I could quickly dimension door and pick up the armor and then go back. But never mind.
So, unfortunately, you didn't sleep in the dorms. So that's
Wizard
fine.
doesn't sleep in dorms.
Although 7.5 feet bed is still a tiny bit too small for Merrick, but
Yeah.
It's all if Morlan curls up a little bit, he'll be fine.
Fair enough. Merrick, you're going to have to unfortunately take the decision to either sleep on the floor or curl up in a regular-sized bed.
Morlan will offer you the 7.5 foot bed if you want it.
So
he'll just curl up and make do. I think.
Fair enough.
I'm going to make quite a lot of noise before I go to sleep by first of all summoning Ted,
Mm-hmm.
and also casting a thunder fireball into my necklace.
Okay.
Pyre have said that he was going to do this before he went to bed.
No, I didn't mention it to anyone.
No, so there is a small smell of burning incense and various other things.
We
Followed-
mentioned the familiar spell, so we'd at least
you
understand
would
the
expect the
incense.
incense, and then a sudden, vibrating sound wave that echoes through the guild for a few seconds and then disappears.
And with that noise, you hear me just let out a coming from my bedroom.
Okay.
Morlan just rolls over as that's got to be a good familiar.
Summoned a succubus or something.
Craig, I've just realised something.
Mhm.
Loach was my third attuned item.
That was the one.
So is the Wonder War Mage attuned?
It is.
Oh.
You will have to pick.
Can I get a refund?
Yeah, you cannot buy it. That's fine.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll just keep my counterspell one because that's not attuned, right?
No.
Okay. I believe this is why I did that before.
Yeah.
And in the morning, I'm getting Mary Banlow. I know it's kind of assumed, but I thought I'd just say it.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So you spend the evening resting in
Okay.
most of you good comfort for the Adventurers Guild.
When it gets to night time, I'd like to sneak out to the front if I can,
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. Where are we going?
towards that big old dragon. The dragon head's still alive and stuff, isn't it?
Fair. Okay. You'll need to make a stealth check. Well, it's not decayed. It's been preserved somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You'll need to make a stealth check because Thomas is still going to be on the night desk.
Boom, boom. Oh.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, you're a little bit asleep as you come down, and you sort of just instinctively as you walk past Thomas, go, "Hi, Thomas." Ah, shit.
Oh.
What's that behind you?
Bollocks.
Perfect time for a nat 1.
Distract him or something.
I go back up to my room and go to bed.
Oh, dear.
She was feeling petty, but not that petty.
Not
Okay,
petty enough to get caught.
Yeah.
so we'll come to the next morning. So who went out doing shopping in the end?
Morland bought a couple of potions, but
All bought a couple of potions, that's fine.
I'll say Merrick spent the entire time people were out shopping in the toilet after the enormous amount of pork he ate.
Fair enough. The toilet's outside, unfortunately, but
Yes.
that's fine.
Outside.
So we'll have Minstrel coming back to gather everyone up for the morning.
Gentlemen, it's time to play.
it's like Morland stretches up, cracks his, knuckles over his head, bumps into the ceiling. It's like, oh yeah, indoors.
Morning, Morland. Today we go slay dragons.
Dragon?
Well, actually, I don't know what we're doing today. We haven't looked at the board yet. But
Yes. Let's look at the board.
Okay. I will start with the ones which are. I'll start with the high level ones, and we'll go down from there.
God,
High level,
I'm gonna
yes.
Eat some bread, and can I come out of my room with Ted on my shoulder?
Sure.
Ted's 91 centimeters long.
It's a 3-foot lizard.
Okay, he's on both shoulders.
Nice.
It's just he's on
gonna have,
both.
like,
shoulders.
My rations are like, I can't remember what they are.
I believe you had some-
Papaya,
Yes.
you've got a little something on your shoulders.
Yes. Puck, he had to go and seed some things, so he is being replaced by my good friend here, Ted Regu. He's a red Tegu, and he will be our mascot and a very important member of the group.
I hold my hand out to shake its hands.
Ignore the bottom one. You already did that.
Can I put Ted on Minstrel's shoulders?
Sure.
He's your familiar. You can just snap your fingers and poof him over there.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Can you? Does Paya? Does Ted talk?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Of course he does.
I didn't see that coming.
That's good.
Why?
I was just wondering. I've heard a lot about Ted talking. Would you like to take him off my shoulders?
Yes, I will snap my fingers.
Okay, this is the.
No, can you please take him off my shoulders?
Yeah, and
Don't
then-
just
and then
snap your
I'll-
fingers at me.
No, I'll snap my fingers and then I'll pick up Ted and put him on my shoulders. No, wait. Mary Banalo can do it. What am I talking about?
The poor lizard just floats across the room, being held by something it cannot see or perceive.
Well, gentlemen, there seems to be a quest on this board called "Save My Daughter."
Oh, you're cutting out again.
It's a little bit contrary to my nature.
100,000 gold pieces is rather a hefty sum, but
Yeah, Merrick's had his eye on that one, I think.
What about this Norim Tower thing? Is that another one of these towers?
Yes, it is. Yes, that's right here, and I point it out on the map.
I will re-upload the map.
Don't do it.
it's in pin.
Quite a long
It
way.
is in pins, so I'll just put it back up so people can see it.
Quite a trek. Have to sail again.
Which one's the... Oh,
That is a tiny map.
Yeah, why is that so small?
Why are you so small?
Oh,
use the one in pinned. Or...
Yeah, use the one in pins, that's better.
I'm
Uh,
waiting for the original to load.
I'm going
It's much
to...
larger.
Oh, there's Norium.
We
Yeah.
are...
Fair sail away.
Do you want to look at for the jobs you could do on the way?
Yeah.
Okay, so looking over the job board, the 5-star quest Chaotic Tide is in Anor, which is like halfway.
Anor.
As you look at the Save My Daughter quest, that's in Hollow Tree, which is some distance away.
Oh,
I happen to know the town of Anor very well. I have friends there.
Yes, why does that? Someone's mentioned this. Have we been to Anor before?
No, you daft idiot. That's where I went to university.
Oh, of course. I knew it sounded familiar.
Yes, I wouldn't mind visiting there. What's the? I would like to read the
Okay, the full quest details coming up.
full quest details.
And that's of Chaotic Tides, you said?
Chaotic Tides.
Cool.
Okay. This is what has been written on the board.
Do I know Headmaster Cassium?
You would have known him. He, the one who... Actually, how much of your story do you want to give away?
My story?
Yes,
What do you mean by that?
your backstory.
Oh, all of it.
Oh, okay. He's the guy who kicked you out of the university.
Oh, right, okay. Yes, I know this man. He's a bit of a. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that word. He's a bit of a swit.
I see.
A Wally.
He's a bit of a Ollie.
He's a piece of work, then.
Yes, he just can't seem to see the bigger picture. I mean, look at how powerful I've become. If I hadn't done what I'd done, I would never have become this powerful. I'd probably still be there brown-nosing this person.
So
You and I have got a lot of similarities, you know that.
You quickly recall the headmaster, who was a short man, by which I do not mean a gnome or a halfling. He was just a short human. A little chubby, going bald, white hair around the edges. Typical academic wizard,
Apart
not
from being
track
short,
short.
it's Chris, isn't it?
He doesn't have white, puffy hair.
Going bald though.
Well, yeah, I can't argue that one.
Well, if he's the headmaster of the wizards, the College of Anor, then he certainly would have access to those funds. And I mean, I wouldn't be so against depriving him of them. I mean, of course, we'll help him.
I'd be interested to see if Jerick's still got the original note.
Yes, good point. I would like to. How far away can I puff Ted?
Within sight.
I would like to puff Ted.
100 feet within sight.
All right. Can I see Jerick's door?
I'm going to say yeah, probably from the board. You'd just be able to make it out down the hall.
I'm going to send Ted.
So the lizard is now currently scratching at the bottom of a door.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, how am I going to do this?
That's about so. It's like you can't talk through unless you're a warlock with that particular pact feature.
All right, I'm going to write a note and then send Ted.
Fair enough. Since he's having to do this, he's having to actually walk across the floor with said note.
He can walk along the wall.
Either way. But yes, he's going to have to walk over there. So about 20 seconds later, he gets down to the door. As he scratches at the bottom, you're going to see the door open for a rare change instead of him just shouting. And instead see a very confused looking dwarf staring at a red lizard.
The note says, please can I have the note from Headmaster Cassium? And I'm going to stand there waving at him.
Okay. So, he's going to look down the corridor towards you and say, right. Actually, can you hear through the lizard? I forget that one.
You have to do it as an action, but then yes, you can.
Fair enough. So he's going to...
You can see and hear through the lizard.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought so, so he can't do it all the time.
No.
So he's going to attach something to... What was its name? Ted. Ted Regu. He's going to attach something to Ted Regu's back and send it back down.
All right. There we go.
As you...
That was a problem simply overcome using magic. Is what I actually say.
Fair. I mean, sure. As you pick up the new note, you're going to notice it seems to have been written in about 7 or 8 different languages.
Oh. Which ones can I understand?
Which languages do you speak?
I speak Dwarfish, Elfish, and Human.
Okay. You are going to get the first line in common,
Yes.
which is Dear Jarek Ironback of Iredale Adventurers Guild.
I'm going to read that out loud.
You are going to notice the 4th line is in Dwarven,
Yes.
which says, Please help. Soon, many students have disappeared.
Okay.
And in Elvish is only the bottom line, which is we will pay, and then there's the 20,000 gold reward.
Is this note 100 years old?
No! If it was, don't you think it would have come up when you were at university there?
I mean, I can read a couple of languages, some of the weirder ones, if you want me to have a look.
Of course, my good man.
Okay.
On top of, I speak Common, Elvish, Giant, Abyssal, and Infernal.
Oh my.
Okay, Giant isn't on there.
Haha! I know a language that's not on your list.
It is unusual.
I speak Draconic and Elvish.
Okay, there is a line in Draconic. There is also one line in Celestial.
I can read that.
Yes, so can I.
Between you, you might manage this.
I can read Loxodon as well, if that helps.
Hey,
That's helpless.
I'm the smartest one in the party, and I can only speak common languages, like humanoid languages.
Okay, so for
I'm a monster hunter. I specifically took weird languages.
so Abyssal.
Yep.
I have found. It's going to be after the line. Many students disappearing. Down
Yep.
by the shore at night. We're not sure why they're going there. Okay, what was that one? Infernal.
Yep, Infernal.
Infernal is please help us retrieve the students. This is just before the line we will pay.
Just going to turn to Pi and go, is there like a student, like, make-out cove or something down by the coast?
Yes, of course there is. I know just the spot.
I feel like I
What
would
you'd
know,
never ask.
I would definitely know that, wouldn't I?
Make a history check. We'll see how popular you were in university.
I'm also going to ask.
Before the
Also-
accident.
Well, actually, yeah. To be fair, if not,
The bad boy of Ainor University.
Also, is there a port or a harbour in
No.
Ainor?
That's a
There.
more logical thing.
Okay, so with
15,
15, you will recall that there isn't exactly a make-out point or anything of the like, mostly because you were in rooms and you were all practicing magic, so keeping people out was pretty easy. However, there was something referred to as a test of courage down by the coast on one of the cliff sides. And you will also recall it is a harbour town.
Yes, I remember the test of courage. It was, I'm kind of assuming here, a rite of initiation for a lot of the young wizards.
Yeah.
Perhaps it
All
could have
right.
something to do with that.
Seems a
well.
decent place to start.
Yes, I think it's very important that we do this quest.
Doris would like to walk up to the blue dragon ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
It's
And I'd like-
happening.
I'd like to cast
Curious.
Speak with the Dead with it
Ooh. Okay.
from a new invocation. Can do it.
I
Ooh.
just need to check if Speak with the Dead has to have died within a certain amount of time.
Nope, it just has to have a mouth.
Oh, fair. Yeah, it still has a mouth.
Think about that.
Yeah. Okay. So, it can only give short answers, and it's under no obligation to tell the truth, if I remember correctly.
Yep. It is not the soul of the creature, it's just the memory of the body.
Fair enough. Sense of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice arranged. Yep, so the dragon's head begins moving. Somewhat stunted because it's actually bolted on in a few places at the back as it looks down to you.
Do you know what's going on at Ainor Academy?
No.
I'd like to end the spell.
Okay. That was just, wow. Okay.
No, come on, you got to ask it like, what's its favourite, soft drink? Like, what's its ideal summer's day?
Oh, I'll ask it its name, and then I'll end the spell.
Okay. Oh dear.
The anticlimactic.
Oh, for the love of God. He's a
Blue
fucking shit
scale.
Discord fucking...
You alright?
Sorry, yeah, my Discord just keeps, cutting out for a second.
Can we? What do we see, by the way? The rest of us.
You
Do we
see,
see Doris talking?
you see the head moving, but I think only Doris can hear it.
No, Speak with Ted is generally, it just talks.
Oh, fair. So you just heard something go, no, and then Blue Scale was my name.
Oh my God! What the hell is happening? I'm going to-
Hiya, it's Bloomscale. Is this not the dragon that was mentioned when we bumped into that nice fellow?
Oh yes, the nice fellow. I remember him well.
Yes, the big dragon, the friendly dragon.
Oh yes. Bloomscale, do you remember the nice fellow?
Hmm.
I assume
He's going to need more of a description than that, to be fair, and I think he only answers Doris's questions.
yeah, that's what
Yes, Doris has to ask.
I'll, if anyone else wants to ask a question, I'll repeat it. Like, as soon as they ask a question to it, I'll just repeat it.
Okay.
I'd like
So
to know
repeat-
how they killed it.
What questions are we putting forward then, Doris? Are we putting forward, do you remember the nice gentleman, and how did it get killed?
Yes.
While
Okay.
this is going on, I'm taking Gorm out my backpack and going, Gorm, look, dragon.
I was going to say, the sentient
What the fuck
battle
is
axe.
Gorm?
Give me a second. The sentient battle axe is going to begin vibrating visibly, going, kill it! Kill it!
Already dead. Now back in the pack you go, my friends. And I push him back down.
Oh,
You have a sentient battle axe that you just keep in a bag.
I can't use that to slay 2 wyverns single-handedly.
You've got a sealed aboleth in your bag as well.
Yeah, he does.
I
You just
repeat,
got like a small zoo.
I repeat this process with the aboleth. Look, obelisk, dragon.
Are you letting me go at last, or do I just need to call you an asshole?
Goodbye. And push him back down in the bag.
I say, fuck you! They're back in the bag. Ah, dear. Okay, so Doris, in answer to the questions, beginning with the nice gentleman is too broad and he does not know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
And it was killed by a powerful group of adventurers from the guild, about 12 of them in total. So they
It was
swarmed
that party Pyre and I passed. They were off to kill a dragon. This must be that dragon.
I'd like to, quite openly in front of everyone, ask the dragon if the party that killed it has any weaknesses. Just in
Going-
case.
He's
None
going
that
to
the
men-
dragon exploited.
Yeah.
He's going to mention they were a little protective of the younger members, so you could probably exploit that.
Ooh. Interesting.
So
I mean-
Merrick is looking at Doris openly disapprovingly.
A little worried.
Well, all it just leads across is like,
Angrily.
I'm starting to think Doris might not be the nice little old lady I've been led to believe.
Oh, no, she's
dear.
the devil.
I mean, I'm still into it, but
Oh, don't give me all that. You clerics raise up bodies to ask them their final rites and all that stuff all the time, but I do it with a dragon and suddenly I'm a monster.
It's
now,
not
no one
what
said
you're
you were a
doing.
monster, Doris. But we probably should have taken it to like the back room. Someone's going to eat their breakfast, man, and he doesn't look happy. It's
not
just a
what
guy
you're
with like
doing.
half a spoonful of porridge, like dripping off the spoon, mouth agape, looking at this dragon talking like, what?
With the end of the 5 questions, the dragon head is now going to return to its original position and go stiff.
I pull Gorm out once more and go, look, we killed the dragon without you.
And I say, what? You said it was already dead.
Ah,
You forget the axe is smart. The axe is actually smarter than most of the party, to be fair.
yeah, we could get him to do all the intelligence checks.
You actually can.
You know, you've
Goodbye,
got a wizard.
Speaking of which,
Do we wear?
Fire, what should we know about this
Yes.
Anor Academy?
Oh,
What
well,
exactly are we getting ourselves in for?
I could tell you a great deal about the great Wizard Academy in Aenor. Many years I spent there, in fact, and I then proceed to regale them.
Okay. You begin explaining about the academy.
Yeah.
You begin explaining about your days at the academy. The building itself shaped like an apple, including the stem, with a single leaf growing out of one side, which acts as a sun cover to one side and rotates with the sun. You describe the process of selection, which is basically testing children if they have magical talent and then kidnapping them from their parents to teach them magic.
Standard magical university procedure.
Absolutely. You describe the processes of training throughout, how it's very fastidious, very rule-oriented, and very much so do not experiment beyond what we've taught you. You also describe the headmaster's office being up in the stem of the apple.
Yes.
You've only been there once, but you recall it well enough.
Oh, my Pyre, my dear, it sounds like a very classic example of someone being very talented and having their school stunt them and make them do things their way and not... Oh, I feel very sorry for you.
Yes. It was It wasn't until later in my life that I truly fell in love with fire instead of what they tried to force me to learn.
Out of interest, what sort of spells do they mainly force you to learn?
Pyre, you're going to recall there were 8 disciplines. Each one a student was assigned to based on their abilities. For example, you were assigned to divination. However, there was evocation, conjuration, so on and so forth. You get the idea. The schools of magic.
Oh,
Yes. And I was divination. But you can't burn things with divination.
Not unless you're really good at predicting where a fire's going to pop up.
I mean, yeah.
you could lead all your enemies to where a volcano's going to form.
And then wait.
Mm. Tell them
Yeah,
it's a good spot to set up a city.
There is a way to divine people burning to death.
Fair enough.
Our cousin told me about that once. They said they did it with some Pompeii, I think was the name of the city.
Oh, right. So, is that what we're taking then? Chaotic Tides, or
Yeah, probably.
It sounds good to me.
okay?
On the way to this other tower seems a logical thing to do. Plus, we can't have students going missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
is this tower the like an elemental one?
the Norum Tower, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have moved you
Hence
on-
my interest.
I have moved you on to the first map. So until then, there probably won't be one.
Fair enough.
Center players on current view. Okay. So, how are we getting to? Why is one of you not in shadow?
What I can see is minstrel.
Just yeah.
Yeah, there's just Minstrel is
Just
showing. I don't
Minstrel.
know why he's showing over the top of the fog of war and no one else is.
Through sheer force of will.
Fair enough.
sheer arrogance.
Oh dear. Okay, so with that, I'll say since Minstrel normally does, he's going to grab the ticket and take it over to now Stephanie this morning.
With a wink and a nudge,
Nods as
and
good.
locking eyes with her bosom. I'm going to say, I've got something I'd like to collect.
Oh, and what would this be this time, Minstrel? Are you here to pick my brother up?
This quest, please.
Very good. She makes
Tell
a
me,
big-
have you ever been with a younger man?
They're going to look at you and say, "Younger? I thought last time we met you were 28."
Yes, I'm now 16. You know, you've got to keep with the times, age down to your target audience, all that kind of stuff, you know.
I see. And will you be needing transportation to Aenor?
I look at Pyre. I say,
Um,
Pyre, do we need a lift?
Yes. I've only ever travelled by carriage between Aenor and other places.
Can we have the eggs, please?
Very well, I shall see if they are available.
Not make them available under penalty of death.
What are the heads?
Ed, and Eddie, our drivers.
Oh,
How big's a carriage and it needs 3 drivers?
I'll let the guys explain. I quickly get the-
I have a feeling that I get the idea out of character.
Fair enough.
I have no idea what's happening. Doris hasn't seen Ed, and Eddie.
Not entirely sure if Merrick has, to be honest.
Yeah, they replaced the bloke I killed, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
The last time Merrick travelled with the party via carriage, you murdered the
Yeah.
carriage driver.
Yeah, I wouldn't know him either. Who is this Ed and Eddie? What's so special about them?
Identity. They are
They're
three
good drinkers.
three highly skilled carriage drivers who simply can keep going because there's 3 of them, so they work in shifts.
Aren't they druids or something?
Around the clock cart service. I like it.
Druids? Are they druids? I don't think they're druids.
No, the last person you had pulling the carriage
One.
was a druid, was the guy from
Yeah.
Godholm.
That's what they got.
oh yeah.
You paid one of the druids who live in the park there off to pull the carriage to the next location because you'd killed the carriage driver. Because, that's just something you can expect. Oh, dear.
Mincer is still deeply ashamed, but he succumbs to that curse.
Fair enough. He can be ashamed all he likes. He still brutally murdered 2 people because of that curse.
Luckily, most of the people that saw him do it are now dead.
This is also true. Almost everyone who saw him do it is now dead, except for Merrick.
And Merrick hated him beforehand anyway.
They've never got on. Yeah.
So it's kind of like you've systematically killed every witness without intending to.
What do you mean without intending to?
Oh dear. Okay, so with that, as you reach the edge of the city, I assume you're going to head straight out.
I don't see why not.
Yes, but if I spot any rats as we're
Um,
driving along, I'm going to get out and try and catch them.
Can I ask Identity if they can guesstimate how long it would take to get there?
Allow me to consult my full size now. Because this is why I keep it printed out with the distance chart on it. It is going to be, with the carriage drivers working full pace, 5 gets divided to 2.5 days.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. You don't have to reroll portents if you don't use them, for the record. I won't make you just continually re-roll them for the next few days.
Yeah, but can I if I want to?
I mean, you can,
Right.
but if you're doing it for each day, you're doing it for each day, even if you get a 20 and a 1 the first time.
Okay, just tell me. So,
Okay,
first day?
first day.
And I think while they're on the cart, I would like Merrick to place himself between Minstrel and the drivers.
just in case. Okay, as you reach the cart, you'll notice you've got a slightly larger cart this time between the particular size of the group compared to the last time you took them minstrel. You are going to see Ed, and Ed with 2 Ds currently sitting out front, with Eddie sitting in the back, waiting to take any luggage or possessions. Ah, hail there. Eddie's going to call from the back. It's been a while since I've seen you last.
Hey!
Morland just hands him the stone armor and goes, "Here's the luggage."
Oh, bugger.
Hang on, let's quickly roll. He's going to manage to hold it up and say, blimey. Little excessive.
Don't ask me, the wizard wanted it.
I see. It explains why he's not carrying it. He
Yes,
pops
just
it down in the back.
Keep it somewhere safe for now. I'll see to it later.
Very good. He stows it into a small trunk along the back. Now then, does anyone need a hand up?
I got it. Just Morlun will just
Fine.
Step.
lift whoever needs it. Like,
Very good. So, Aenor, are we taking cross country, or would you prefer to take the roads first?
Ed, Ed,
Can we have a bit of both?
we must get there post haste. Aenor is in great peril.
Very
Oh
well.
yes, of course. We're in a rush.
We shall take the fastest possible route.
Can't we take the road until we're over the river?
I must say, drive.
Sorry, guy.
Yes.
If you spot any rats on the way, we must stop immediately and catch them.
Yes, the rats are more important than Aenor. That's true.
You do see that there are two fairly sizable horses at the front. So you should imagine you'll be going quite quickly. Spotting a rat's going to be low, but Ed and Ed are going to agree. Yes, we'll keep an eye out for you, I promise.
Can I pull Ted out of my pocket if I hadn't already had him and have him have a look out, and also enjoy the breeze of the night air as the caravan moves?
Travel through, fair enough. Okay, so let's roll for...
Morlun will head up to the horses and, using his speech of beast and leaf, ask them to make post haste in exchange for some sugar lumps or similar items.
Fair enough. Sugar cane.
Yeah, sugarcane. Something. I'll grab some little treats for the horses because I can talk to animals.
Fair enough.
Doris would like to, every so often in the trip, use minor illusion to make the sound of a rat near minstrel.
That is the single greatest use of minor illusion I've ever heard.
I'm gonna every time I hear it go, pipe down, Radagast. Looking into my rat bag.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay, so first day for the 3 perception checks for the boys. Second and third. They are not going to spot any rats as they are travelling, unfortunately, Minstrel. However, I will need Ted to roll 3 times.
On the first day.
No, 3 times for the trip. Just so I will describe the trip as we go each section, but I just want to get the roll out of the way first.
It's too late now, but you could have used all your day portents on Ed and Eddie's rat checks.
I mean, I could use them on Ted now.
Hmm.
What is his perception? Lizards really don't have good stats.
No, they're familiars. Familiars aren't, in general, spectacularly good.
You get a couple of exceptions.
Yeah, Sarah exclusively uses the owl because it can fly by and use touch spells.
Those are my portents right there.
Yeah.
Are we still on
This is the first day.
So
So
we're
for-
using the original ones.
Mm.
14 and a 6. Although,
So,
I've confused myself.
you can give him 13 at maximum.
I can't,
Alright.
It's just literally for rats. Why am I worrying about it?
Okay. This is a good point.
Gotta get them rats.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as the day progresses, he is not going to find any rats, unfortunately. Travelling in a cart at high speed is kind of tricky to spot anything.
I bet Puck would have been able to find rats.
He
Merrick would.
has an advantage. He gets literal advantage on sight base.
Merrick could
I
find them.
think I want Puck back already.
Well, so you made a choice. Okay, so as the first day rolls by, the quiet roads are fairly ordinary. I've got to keep track of the date as well because I'm adding lots of days all of a sudden to my calendar. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Gone past that one. I'm on this one. Okay. So as the days roll on, the weather's getting colder at this time of year, but it's not awful. Out of interest, Morlun, do I have to actually worry about a full moon with you?
No, not in mechanical terms.
Okay, good. Because we're going to be going over 4 of them.
His training has meant that he is in control enough of the were form
Fair enough. Okay.
as a blood hunter. He's not an actual factual werewolf.
you are going to arrive in Aenor on the 13th of Nontis, which, for those of you who still have the calendars I sent out, is going to be a holiday day, which is a wonderful thing to occasionally come up. And this is the Day of Misfortune.
Oh,
That seems
that sounds like a
a
horror
bad holiday.
You'll see.
Happy day of
Is it like
misfortune,
April? Is it like
Merrick.
Do I know
April
about
Fools?
Do I know anything about this show? Can I?
About the day, you can roll a history check. You will know about it almost certainly, unless you get lower than a 10.
Merrick, in celebration of this day, this wonderful holiday, would you like to draw a card from my deck of many things?
I'm not entirely sure what the deck is, but yes.
You're going with yes? Okay. Let me put the camera on. Hang on.
Well, any time he's ever seen it used, nothing's really happened. So,
This is a fair point.
and if I remember correctly, when they spoke to him before, he didn't actually really know what it was. So,
No, he was not entirely sure.
Hmm.
Okay. I will put the deck down. Same rules as with Van Chris's, and I will begin describing as Pyre. So feel free to tell me to cut and shuffle as many times as you like.
I'm not too bothered as long as it's shuffled.
Okay.
I think you should pick the 13th card down. Nice, lucky number.
Pyre, you're
Not
going
the
to
third from the bottom.
If you want that, you can roll persuasion.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Say if you beat a 16, I'll do it.
Okay. So, Pyre, here's what
Oh.
you're going to remember about the Day of Misfortune. This is generally just a day everyone takes off because it's considered unlucky to do things.
Man,
So, generally, most people sit around in their underwear.
I need to
doing-
roll a 3.
Yes, it's the Day of Misfortune. I hope nobody expected to buy anything or have any services. Everywhere will be closed, and everybody's in their pants.
Oh, well.
I mean, I like the sound of this holiday.
Basically, it's a bank holiday, but it's unlucky to do anything, including getting dressed.
Not unlucky to draw from a deck of many things.
Yeah.
No, apparently not.
Eric will also draw the 13th card down.
You're drawing the 13th card from a deck of many things on the Day of Misfortune.
Well,
This can only go badly.
doesn't know
1,
what it is.
2,
Strong
3,
convinced him
4,
to take
5.
13. So.
Starts a new tradition of being very lucky on the Day of Misfortune. Like
13, the Queen of Spades.
Don't know.
Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to have a look. I don't know them off by heart.
I'm not sure about that one. I can't remember.
instant death.
Yeah, there's got to be one of them somewhere.
Eventually.
What did you get? I've lost the thing.
Come on, DM, look it up.
I'm going.
I've got a feeling that's Uriel.
Deck of...
Yeah, I've no idea about.
I mean, you can clear that up with paracetamol, but like,
mean,
I meant to say antibiotics. I don't know why I said paracetamol.
Penicillin, you meant, I believe.
That's what I was going for.
Okay. The Queen of Spades. Uriel, yes.
at least it's one that's not been had, as far as I'm aware.
Oh! The card's Medusa-like visit curses you. You take a -2 penalty on saving throws while cursed this way. Only a God of Magic or the Fates card can end this curse.
I suppose he
Only
didn't know
a
about it.
God or the Magic or the Fates card can end this curse.
Oh.
But does
So-
it have any mechanical effects? Because otherwise, he just doesn't know.
No, there is. I was going to say he's seen a scary card and now gets -2 to every saving throw he makes.
That's all right. I'll just have to remember
Oof.
to take them. You have to remind me to take 2 off each. So I don't want to change it on my thing.
Oh, Craig
Oh,
left.
damn.
Ah,
I
it's bad.
turned the video off. I pressed disconnect out of habit.
everyone will have to remind me to.
Yeah,
Take 2 off.
-2 everything.
Yeah.
I'll write it down somewhere. But
Fair. That's someone finally gets screwed by the deck of many things.
that's
It's been
just
a long time coming.
that's just saving throws, right?
Just saving throws, not ability
Yeah.
checks.
Not that bad, actually. That's probably one of the least bad, worst ones.
Luckily,
Well-
it's on a class that can ask for help from a god every day.
Once he gets level 10.
Yeah, I have to get.
Oh, is that level 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do it yet.
Oh,
Yeah, divine intervention.
I'm only level 8 at the moment.
Okay, so as you're going to roll into town, I'm going to start some audio.
Yeah, and that deck minstrel was rubbish. It didn't do anything. What's the point in that?
That happens a lot.
Yeah. Have to try it
Like
again.
at some point in the future, Morgan will have to use Grim Psychometry on that deck and just fucking run.
Okay, that's a little quieter. than I thought it was gonna
Yes. The sounds of Ainur brings me back to my days of university. Do you
Although-
smell that? That's the smell
The
of
fish market.
Yes. It's also the smell of success. Everybody who goes to this university ends up great, apart from those who don't.
But thanks to the kind of
Wise words indeed.
Thanks to the sounds of the sea, Merrick is going to go run to a tree and pee. And so am I.
I apologise thoroughly. I forgot there's going to be water noises and this is going to make it a problem. But, okay, so as you come into the town, there's a general lackadaisical attitude. Just everyone's sitting about, as you would expect. Generally, for this day of the year, you've got a lot, and I do mean a lot of people, very underdressed for the day, just sitting about in deck chairs.
Cool. Morland again has the hood pulled up a little higher.
Okay. So, where are we heading?
I mean,
there's
is he in the
obvious
campus
choice.
or is he at home, like today?
Sorry, work rang.
I do believe. Maybe we should let our nice young man Pyre take the lead on this, as he seems to be the local here.
He's also just said he'll be back in a minute. He also has to pee from the
Yeah.
water music.
I'm just gonna say, this one's wearing a bit thin, and I'm gonna dress up in, like tattered jeans with shoes and a shirt that reads "Student at Ainur University."
No styling to it, like just like it's been written on with permanent marker.
Yeah, like really crudely done.
Although, do you have to know what genes are?
I mean, to be fair, they've been around for a long while.
They have. Denim is quite old. But at the same
just
time,
a
I'll let him get
woven
away with
tough
the
and
idea.
Is denim around in your world, Craig?
I'm going to say it's going to be canvas, but dyed blue.
Are canvas hot
I'm
pants
back.
around in your world?
Cool.
I mean, sure.
Interesting. Interesting.
No,
So-
not
so-
old Lady Doris.
Minstrel is now in canvas Daisy Dukes.
I mean, sure. Why not? Oh, dear. Okay.
Child.
Why did I only buy 2 ales?
Sorry?
Why did I only buy 2 ginger ales?
I don't know. Why
I
did
just wanted
you?
to grab the third one. I don't fucking have one. That's it. I'm going. Bye. I'm going for it.
Oh, God, he's got to go as well. Shall I change the music to something else? Because if it's that bad already.
I was quite enjoying it. Yeah.
I didn't consider this enough to cause needing.
Yeah,
a pee.
no, but this is the third person now in like the last few minutes.
I did finish my pee, and that always makes me wee anyway.
I just had to get the door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was going to say, the college is this way, although I'm sure you can see it
Ooh.
as I point to it.
You can see. Yeah, it's probably the largest structure in the town. It does stand a fair way above anything else. You can
Doris
see
is
the
gonna
leaf slowly moving round on the top.
feign that she hadn't seen it and be
Fair.
like, "Oh, thank you, Pyre. Oh, that's very helpful of you."
Also, the only building like completely made from red brickwork.
I mean, it's big enough.
Well, most welcome. Now, I suppose we'd better go and see that cantankerous old fellow.
So, are you heading for the college, university,
I-
whichever?
I am.
Yes.
Follow me.
So, Pyre, you begin leading them through the winding streets which lead down towards the cliff sides. As you reach the edge of the university campus, you are going to see the gates you once walked in through before, which are, as always, standing open, as there is no physical gate to them.
Ah, yes. Now this is the most interesting gate. I'm sure I can get us all through. I'm going to approach the gate. Do I remember it?
I'm going to say you'll remember there's a ward to only let wizards in.
Now, those mundane among us may have some difficulty getting through.
Okay,
I
to
trust-
open it, make a history check to see if you can remember how. You've not been here for a few years.
I trust we all have some skill in the art of magisticianry.
I mean, I know a little, but I can't really do much.
13. Okay, you had to do this a few times, so I'm say you just about remember. Essentially, you just need to cast a spell, and the barrier will lower for 60 seconds.
Oh.
And you're muted.
Well, I'm eating pizza. Sorry.
Okay.
I can get us all in, and I'm sure I can explain this all to Cassian.
Cassium.
And I would like to a spell or a cantrip.
The cantrip is fine. Just has to be a magical attack on the
I'm going to
invisible
cast
wall.
mending on Morland's pants.
Okay. I did say it has to be cast on the wall.
I'm going to cast mending on the wall.
Okay. So you feel the barrier dissipate in front of you, and there's a slight color change you can now see inside. The colors are a little more vibrant. Everything's a little less dreary. And time for a music change.
Come on, lads, in you get quickly. Trust me, you do not want to be halfway across when this gate reappears.
I'm going to try and cast Mending where he did, but obviously it's now gone. And just awkwardly walk in.
Okay. Yeah, the barrier was down.
Follows suit.
Okay. So as you've all walked inside, you can now see that despite the fact you couldn't see anyone moving around from outside, inside you can now actually see a number of students moving around the courtyard. Obviously, the barrier doesn't just hide the prevent people entering; it also prevents anyone spying.
I am going to head immediately up towards Cassium's office, whilst appearing quite distant.
Fair enough. Okay, as you make your way through the school, there's a general somber attitude. Only a few students appear to be actually learning today. Generally, it's a little quiet. There doesn't seem to be as many people here as you would expect, even as you head past the dorms up to the top floor to reach Cassium's office.
Is there usually more people about than this, or is this, like, how many students have gone missing?
Well, it's been a few years since I've been here, but if this really is at any kind of capacity, then I'm afraid the university is failing. When I was here, it was a hustle and a bustle of a place.
Okay, so you reach the bottom of the stairs leading to Cassium's office. You say there is a bell which reads with a small sign, "Please ring."
I'm gonna get Ted to ring it.
Okay. Ted disappears in a puff of smoke.
Oh no.
Ah, yes, I knew this. Yes, of course. I'm gonna ring it myself.
You disappear in a puff of smoke, to everyone else's perspective. You do now appear inside Cassium's office.
Can Can I go back?
Just look around at everyone else outside. It's like, is this supposed to happen? Was he just really upset and wanted to go? Like,
And Merrick will just proclaim all for one and one for all, and then ring the bell.
Okay. You also now appear in Cassian's office a few seconds later.
Oh.
Nothing to say.
after you, Doris.
Witchcraft.
Is the door directly in front of us?
There is no actual door. There is just a bell and what appears to be a make an investigation check. 'Cause I just realised I did not have you do that when I mentioned the door.
Plus 9. 26.
26. The door is just painted on.
Can I use my ring of X-ray to look past it?
Which way are you looking?
Past the door?
So through the wall it would be attached to.
Yeah.
You are just looking outside.
Am I allowed to move my head while using this?
Yes, you are.
I move my head in every direction to see if I can see where they are. If they're anywhere.
As you eventually get round, you go left and right first and think, okay, no. You recall Pyre mentioning the fact the office was in the stalk of the apple. So you
I
look up and
directly upwards.
you look up and you manage to see what you assume is the bottom of Merrick and Pyre and I'll say Doris went through feet
Ted.
and Ted's feet.
They're directly above us.
Okay. So that means
Slam
it's
my fist
safe.
down on the bell,
Fair enough.
shattering
Well.
it into 1,000 pieces.
Nope.
Morland
also
will
puff of smoke.
Morland will ring the little bell as gently as he possibly can.
Fair enough. Ah, dear. You are all greeted by this sight as he now looks up from his book. I found a marvelous picture for this, but unfortunately it does have an overlay.
It's fine.
It's the
Catium. Hello.
yes,
Trust
yes.
you're keeping well.
He adjusts his glasses and says, "I'm sorry. Who are you?"
You don't remember me.
I
I'm going
don't.
to take a step closer and lift up my mask.
Ah, yes, the boy who burned himself. It's been what, a decade or more?
Oh, I should say at least that. Don't worry, I'm not coming back here in a student capacity. I'm surprised you're still in charge around here.
Oh, I have my tricks, and I doubt anyone else would be quite up to the task. I mean, who else could translate all these tomes? As he now points, and as you look around the room, you see a number of different, very thickly laid books on each shelf. And hear a dog barking in the distance.
We did all right with your note between us.
Shut up, Archer. Sorry, that was to the dog.
Yeah, I'm.
Ah, dear. Okay. So, yes, I'm impressed anyone managed to read that. I'm glad they might have sent someone with some intelligence to us for a change.
With that, I will introduce myself and take a deep bow.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am
of course, how rude of me.
Minstrel.
Minstrel, this is Cassian. This is Morland. That
Morland just
man
bows.
over there, or whatever. I mean, that tall fellow over there in the corner, that's Merrick. And the woman with her eyes closed, the old lady, is Doris.
See,
I think she's nodded off.
well, that's quite alright. As long as she's... Are you sure you want to be taking her to investigate this?
Oh, trust me, she's quite powerful. She could easily destroy you in a second.
Of course, of course.
She merely needs to say the word.
Hmm. Well then, shall we begin by going over what I know?
Morland just looks around at all the books and is like, should I sit down or...
Regarding to the current situation, my good man, not everything, unless you intended to spend the next 20 years studying here.
You're all right. I spent long enough studying.
I see. Very well. So, we know our students have been disappearing down the cliffside path towards the docks. We know there is an old legend of failed elementals, but none of them have ever been found. It's just something to scare the young students, I think. So, all we simply need you to do is to follow the route they'd be taking at night, and see if you can work out where they've gone.
I must say, Derek, whatever your name is, that does sound maybe a touch. I mean, last time I did that, I spent the night in the cells. Are you sure it's okay to follow young students at night as they're skulking off?
We put a ban on students leaving the campus at night. We
Yes,
instead have we were just asking you to follow the path they would be taking. I'm sure Pyre will remember taking it himself.
Oh, Pie, you dog!
Allow me to rephrase that one, because he wouldn't call you that. He would either call you Mr. Pyre, or he would refer to you as Young Gwydion. So I'm going to go with Young Gwydion.
I'm going to
Gwydion.
shut up when he calls me Gwydion.
Oh,
I don't never hear my name coming out of your mouth again.
I see Doris stirring. Oh, she's awake.
oh. Hello, sorry, dear. I was just musing about things and just trying to rack my brain. Yes.
Are you sure? You look like you were sleeping.
No. You'll find out when you get to my ripe age.
Well, the Chancellor Dean Headmaster guy was saying we're going to go pretend to be students tonight and sneak down to the docks.
That's roughly it, yes.
Well, I'll try. But I don't exactly blend in.
That's quite alright. It'll be evening in an hour or two. Allow me to lend a hand, and he's going to clap both his hands together and begin casting a spell.
Do I know what it is?
I'm just going to double check which one I want here, because it's the one that
Here
has
we
multiple
go
people.
again.
I assume it's seeming.
Yeah, that's the one. I couldn't remember the name of it. It's not disguised many.
Seeming.
Can I insight check him to see what his intentions are with him randomly casting a spell on us?
He intends to make you look like students.
Oh.
He's just said that's what he's doing. To be
I'm
fair.
sorry.
What effect will that have on minstrels currently wearing a crudely drawn Shun of Aina University t-shirt?
Well, your age isn't going to change much. You're just going to be putting magic robes over the top.
To be fair,
Everyone else
he can
has
program
been made-
everybody to look like however they want.
Yeah, doesn't say. He's
But you
just going to
can't-
make you all look like students without changing your height. So you're all now 18 years old and, wearing students' robes.
What does Doris look
Just
like?
2 7 and 8 foot students.
Yes, they are.
Has Doris caught my eye? Is she pretty?
She is stunning.
Oh,
Yeah, but you meant after the thing.
After the steamy, it looks pretty basic.
I'd like to put on my mask.
The scary mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't see it because the illusion will cover it.
Oh, that's a fair point. The
That makes
illusion
it even better.
Yeah, that's it. It's just going to wear off eventually, and all of a sudden, terrifying.
You're spooky on the inside.
Fair enough. Okay. Yes, so you know the path, don't you, Pyre? The one to the right going down past the cliffside.
Oh, yes. The cliffside right path, I know it well.
Yes.
Good old,
Well, you're supposed to be playing someone intelligent, and you're not.
Oh,
I can't say shit. I can't say anything on that front. So,
Fair enough. Oh, dear. Okay.
old 16 intelligence.
He's now going to say, very well, I shall leave you to gather any information you would like from the students for the rest of the day. If I shall see you out now, is he going to reach under his desk and go to push something? Anyone want to react before I do that?
What are you doing? Sorry, I missed that.
He's reaching under his desk for something.
It's his office.
I let out a little toot from my bottom.
Okay. As you do, a puff of smoke appears and you're all back outside the fake painted door.
Is that a spell?
It is.
Minstrel, you're
Kind of.
wearing-
It's an enchantment.
Minstrel, you just teleported us all with the power of your butthole. I mean, bumhole.
Yes, it's a new skill I picked up from my time studying at the University of Khalid Sproxus Sprechen.
Oh, they are our sworn enemies. Callus Brockham, Sprexham, Bexham. Oh, excuse me.
Alright.
Anyway, to the right side cliff path.
Oh, you're just going to go now.
Confused with the cliffside right path, which I'm pretty sure is not the one we're supposed to go on.
Morland would actually like to speak to a couple of the students and just find out how long people have been disappearing, but like we can speed over that and like
Fair enough.
if you would like to.
Make
No.
good-
Absolutely.
Make- two quick. Well, while I'm describing down, just roll 2 investigations, and we'll say that's what you found. I'll tell you what you found out.
Cool. 1 second. What's my investigation?
Investigation.
+3.
Okay. So after Morlan has accosted several students, some of whom are literally half his size, he's going. You begin heading down towards the path as Morlan muses over the information he was given.
Not a lot.
Okay. So you know they have been disappearing, or you've been told they were disappearing, for the last about 3 months. You're not quite sure what changed, and at first it was only first-year students.
Well,
Only youngsters to start with.
I have a suspicion that what's going on here is people are going down to the cliff for this rite, and some malevolent force has hijacked the rite and is kidnapping these magically gifted students, probably to harvest their source. Souls.
South.
Their magical. I don't know. Does that
Magical
make sense?
essence?
Their magical essence. Their ectoplasm, if you will.
Fair
I
enough.
won't.
Well, I know the way. I've actually successfully completed this, have I?
You have gone through this once.
I've actually successfully completed this rite. I know it all perfectly well.
You begin walking along the path as the sun has now just set behind the horizon. You head down. You hear the waves crashing against the rocks as you head along the path. You can see out quite some distance, all the way to the harbour just at the far end of the path. The entire path is completely unlit, so who doesn't have dark vision?
I don't.
I have a lantern.
Oh yeah.
You can point the lantern. Where would you like it? On the path? To help you see where you're walking?
Are you telling me that the light spell would be useful?
You could cast light if you wanted to.
Well, I mean, I can't cast light.
Oh, I'd like to cast light.
Oh, good.
Hey!
Oh, no.
as well. Yeah.
You rambler.
If
You guys want to go one guy at the middle, one guy at the back, so you've got like a spread of light coming off.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, everyone passive perceptions.
17.
17,
18.
23.
18, 23.
No, it's 10.
I was going to say,
I've
Christ.
got a ever burning candle which I'd like to have lit at the moment, even though I'm probably in the middle between the two light people.
That's fine.
And
My passive perception is 10.
Actually,
10?
mine might be higher. I just need to check it.
mine is 11.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So,
how do you work out passive perception?
what's your perception? What would you add to a perception check?
I had plus 10.
So you get a 20 passive
Oh,
perception.
perception.
Yeah, we'll have 20. Yeah.
I thought it was 8 plus perception bonus.
No, I
not
thought it
10.
was 10 plus
Could
whatever
be.
your perception thing is.
Then
plus
mine is 12.
2
Yeah,
plus
'cause mine's 11.
5. 17.
17. Okay, so Doris and Merrick, you are the only ones who are going to see this coming, I think.
Oh.
So, everyone else, I will need. I believe it's a choice. Sorry, just going to double check this one.
What did we see? I was reading.
I'm going to have everyone make the saves first and then describe
Oh,
it
shit.
so I can go one thing. I'm going to need everyone to make either a strength or dexterity save.
Oh, well.
Sorry, Merrick.
Is that including me?
That is including you and Doris.
But yeah.
Don't forget your -2.
Yeah.
Strength or dexterity?
Strength or dexterity.
Have to be strength.
15, 12, 8.
I'm going to re-roll.
That is
Okay.
not great.
Ah,
Merrick. Okay, the highest result I believe there is 16, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Okay.
a strength check for me.
Strength.
by the way, this isn't something Pyre would know about, is it? That's happening right now.
No, this has never happened before.
Okay, good.
Okay, Doris and Merrick, as you are winding away across the path, you are going to notice something beginning to come out the water, slowly for a split second, and then very, very fast, as tentacles the size of tree trunks have now grabbed all of you and pulled you into the water.
10 tickles. It's lucky I've got a Cloak of the Manta Ray, isn't it?
Okay, everyone who
Am I the
does
only
not
one who's
have a
still
cloak
got-
of the manta ray.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Actually, you can't pull the hood up, so it's kind of irrelevant.
What do you mean?
You have to pull
Mine's
the hood up for it
not
to work.
equipped. It's in my backpack.
Yeah,
I
you
thought-
have to be able to pull the hood up for it to work.
Why can't I pull the hood up?
You've been grabbed by a tentacle and are being
Oh,
dragged through
in
the
time.
water.
You mean in time? I see what you
Oh
mean.
yeah, in
I
time.
thought you were going to say, like, my head's too big or something.
No. You've been grabbed like round the torso and pulled into the water.
Alright,
If anyone can breathe underwater, do tell me now.
can I just
No.
cast Dimension Door?
I mean, you can. It's going to derail everything slightly. I was going to say you pass out
no,
as you hit
that's
the
alright.
water.
Don't worry, it's fine. I don't want to derail everything.
I was going to say, you are going to pass out as you are struck heavily in the water as you come down. Everyone takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage,
Mm-hmm.
and you are going to wake up as I begin revealing the map.
Oh.
I was very tempted when you said you didn't want to derail it to say miniature cast dimension door and pull Tim and Pyre out of it.
Okay.
I would like to turn into a block of ice.
And just be pulled through as a block of ice.
No,
Are you
wait,
conscious when you do that?
no. Yeah, incapacitated, but yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay, that's fine. So, you wake up on a small island in some form of underground cave. The smell of sea air surrounds you, and you can see this path carries on to another direction.
Are we on, are we on map tools now?
You are now on map tools.
More than
I-
like spluttering awake, just goes, "Oh, for the love of... Do you know how hard it is to get the smell of wet dog out of anything?"
So I've got lots of experience with that. Wild youth, you see.
You know, we could always have you shaved when we get to the next town.
That ain't pretty. I tried it.
Okay, so you are going to begin by seeing, as you look around, small pools, each of them self-contained, allowing seawater in, but nothing would be able to get out of it. So it can evaporate and grow back and refill and all sorts. Pyre, are you going over towards that pool?
Yes.
Okay. You are going to notice small tentacles coming out of the top of the water.
I would like to. How far can I see with my candle?
Your candle, I believe, gives off 20-foot total radius, so you can measure.
So, okay, I'm going to stand about here. And
Okay.
can I investigate the pool?
Yeah, sure. So, make an investigation roll.
I would like to set my candle down on the side and sort of like get down on my knees and just, first of all, look to see what's in the water, and then maybe like flick the water. You know, like you do.
Disturb the surface.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay.
26.
26. You're going to see a much small, I would say, very small tentacles coming out. It looks like maybe something about the size of a squid. A fully grown squid, but a squid all the less. Nevertheless, nothing too terrifying. You don't have dark vision, so your 20 foot doesn't go down very far, so you can't see too much more. But it's definitely attached to something oddly shaped.
And this is-
What do you got, Pyre?
Well, I think whatever just put us here, those are its babies, so I suppose we could immediately take revenge, although I wouldn't suggest such action.
Let me try talking to it. Bring the candle so I can see.
Okie doke.
Okay, hang on.
More than will attempt to communicate with the tiny creature.
Hello.
I think by this point you've probably sussed it. Hang on, I meant to set it to tiny.
If it is a beast, it can understand me.
Okay, and the kraken is...
Not a beast. It's
is
a
not.
monstrosity. It's a monstrosity. But they do usually speak language, or whether the babies do, I don't know.
There is a... Marvelously, there is a page for a freaking juvenile kraken.
Love it. Morland's basically just crouching down going, now what are you up to, little squiddy, eh?
It does
What's going
have
on?
telepathy. So, it does what language are you speaking? Common?
Common is base.
It's not going to react to common, but it is going to be whispering back in... I'm going to say abyssal. It's the first one on the list. Going to eat you all when Mum gets back.
I will reply in abyssal. Now. Let's not get too hasty. We can be friends here. Do you want to play a game?
What sort of game? I like games. Normally it's tear the thing up.
Oh, but you've played that a lot, haven't you?
Yes.
How about we play a guessing game?
Okay. What do I have to guess?
I'll give you 3 chances to guess what's in my pocket. You can ask a question before each guess. If you get it right, you can eat us. If you get it wrong, you tell us how to leave. Good game?
Okay.
All you guys can hear is like, dash in abyssal.
Okay.
I can work it out.
Someone's about to sneak a pistol between this group.
I think I'm too far away from.
Okay. You are going to hear the creature say, okay, first question. Is it food?
Not food.
Is it gold? That's his guess this time. He's managed to eliminate food to go to gold.
Morland sort of pulls his coat aside and jiggles a little bag. He's like, no, the gold's here. First guess.
Okay, next question. Is it valuable?
It is to some. To
Okay.
others, it's worthless.
Okay. What would he I'm trying to think like a baby kraken. This is very difficult.
To be fair, it depends how old a baby kraken is. Like, is it like, are you talking days or weeks old, or are you talking like maybe it's only 100 years old?
The thing is, the pools vary in size. You may notice. So, like the further round you go, the younger the kraken you get. So the smaller pools are the younger ones. Because in
Again,
my
it's
mind, krakens would have one baby at a time.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Given their size. Okay, so he's going to think
And rarity.
and rarity. Yes, finding 2 of them is a miracle.
It's not like octopi that have like thousands at a time.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to be thinking, not food, not gold, valuable to some but not others. Is it a book?
No, that's his bag. I don't really do a lot of reading. Good guess, though.